Hey, today we have big news. The developers have relayed information about some future plans. We'll also go over a supply glitch, talk about the latest major order, and not only that, we'll discuss a topic about players being disappointed. There's so much more to discuss. If you'd like to support the channel, tap the like button below and subscribe if you haven't already. We are going to start off with some big news. Recently, the CEO confirmed they're planning on releasing something special in the near future. A player on X asked if there would be different ways to use our requisition slips, suggesting the devs implement ways for calling down super stratagems, changing loadouts, and even weapon upgrades and cosmetics. The CEO replied that it's being worked on. There's no way to really tell if he's referring to one specific item on the list, or if they have plans for much more than what was suggested. It's quite interesting because he doesn't specify if those features are coming, yet we already know they've confirmed in the past there would be ways to use our requisition slips. So I'm pretty sure that's what he's referring to. I don't believe everything this player listed will actually happen, but I'm pretty sure they have plans for us to exchange requisition slips for something they have in mind. Now, what I'd like to know is, what do you think they should do with our requisition slips? Let me know in the comments below. Next, we're going to talk about an interesting supply glitch that's been happening recently. Some of you might find this helpful, while others may not appreciate glitches in general, but setting that aside, let's discuss what it is and how you can use it. The supply glitch essentially allows you to summon not just one, but 2 to 3 supply drops. It's quite easy to do, although if you're the host, I believe this is not possible for you to do. So with that in mind, what you'll do is join a game where you're not the host, then you'll want to enter the combination for the supplies, and you'll also want your teammate to do the same exact thing. This way you're both holding the stratagem in your hands. At this point, one of you will want to throw down the stratagem so that the supplies are sent down. Once it hits the ground, you'll then want your teammate, in this instance, I'll be the teammate, to throw down my supplies next. You should see that it will allow me to send down another supply drop. So this way we could double our supplies, and additionally you can also have a third supply drop. You'll want your third teammate to hold down the stratagem as well, so they can send it down right after the second player has sent down their stratagem. This here is probably the craziest glitch so far that's quite helpful if you need extra supplies or if you want to do it for fun. If you didn't know about this, make sure to tap the like button below to let me know if you weren't aware of this. Moving along, we have an interesting topic that was posted on a news site, and it's quite mind-boggling. There's a site that titled their topic as if some of us are disappointed with the recent Helldivers 2 update. You can see right here, they wrote this: if Helldivers 2 has left you disappointed, the perfect sci-fi FPS just hit 1.0. Yeah, you can see that this is another news site that is essentially downplaying Helldivers 2 yet again. I don't understand why anyone wants to bash the game when we've been receiving one great patch after another. It's ridiculous at this point. Some are happy with the game, and there's a selected few that just don't like the updates or are trying to spread negativity about this game. On this channel, we've talked about how a few players wanted the developers to nerf the thermite or to revert a few of the changes, but then when you look at a large majority of the players who actually enjoy the updates, they don't want nerfs. They want the game to be fun, and I couldn't agree more. So what I suggest is to ignore topics like this on Google and don't even bother clicking on it, because obviously they're just trying to make people feel a certain way or to react a certain way. I'm not too sure what their game plan is, but that's what I'm thinking. Alright, setting that aside, we have a Galactic War Map status update. We've liberated Darius in the Jinshi sector, but there's a problem right now. We are currently defending Achenar Secundus, which should be completed by the time I upload this video. However, this might not be the most strategic move, and I'll explain why. We could have easily pulled a gambit by liberating Garherin, because it would have allowed us to affect 2 planets with 1 liberation, or in this case, knock out 2 planets by liberating 1. If you ever notice something like this on the map, where there's only one line with arrows pointing towards another planet, and there are no other nearby planets that are taken over, like in this example, you can see that Darius, H-Shirt, and the other planet on the bottom left are all liberated. But there's one planet by itself that has another planet pointing arrows at it. If you liberate this planet that's pointing the arrows at it, it will automatically complete both planets, so you wouldn't need to go to another planet to liberate it, or the other planet to liberate it. So it's always best to try to gambit the planets instead of working extra hard to get 2 planets completed when you could have liberated 1 and it would have completed the other in the process. I hope this helps out a lot of you that are confused about Gambit. And yeah, let me know if it does help. Now with that helpful tip aside, I have a game plan that I suggest we all follow. As I've mentioned a few moments ago, by the time you're watching this video, Secundus will have already been defended. So I do not suggest going over to Garherin just yet. And the reason for that is if we liberate the Gru Crux planet, we will have all the planets in the sectors held. This way, we don't have to focus on liberating any more planets until the bugs decide to attack. But with that in mind, once we do have the Gru Crux planet liberated, we could then move on to Garherin, and then Bay. At this point, if we are successful in doing that, we will also have the right side liberated. A little bit, right? We'll have all those sectors cleared out besides the one on the very bottom right. This should make it much more difficult for the Terminids to attack the planets we currently hold. I believe this is the best way to go about it when it comes to completing the latest major order. Just remember that we have to hold these down for 3 more days, then we'll have this major order finished, and we can move on to constructing the Democracy Space Station. Speaking of the Galactic War Map, we've got news about Joel. He has recently adjusted Akamar. If you don't know, at one point, it was possible to land on this planet even though it wasn't supposed to be. This has since been fixed, and the community manager B Vitamin wrote this on the Discord and said, "Joel wishes me to pass on a high five to our valiant Helldivers, who helped keep our galactic war running. He has fixed the mistake." This right here happened yesterday. Now, you can no longer land on the planet, of course. I know there are a few of you who commented about this, and I thought I'd update you all about it to let you know that the issue has been fixed. So if you were confused about it, there you go. That's the reason why you were able to hell dive on Akamar. Continuing on with another B Vitamin post. So lately, there's a bug that's been popping up quite often where your whole screen turns white. Apparently, one of the reasons is due to the explosions, but it's not the main reason, or the main cause, essentially. The community manager has confirmed this and has also confirmed that they don't know what the underlying cause is just yet. If you check out this post on the Helldivers 2 Discord, she replied to a member and said, "The trigger for it in all 90% of the reports I've seen is an explosion going off, but it doesn't always happen, so even though I can see it happening, we don't know the underlying cause yet." Okay, you get the gist. Like I mentioned a few seconds ago, they do not know the main reason for the white screen bug. However, the Arrowhead developers are trying to figure it out, and maybe this will eventually be resolved. As of right now, there's no workaround to temporarily solve the issue. Once I get word about this, though, I'll make sure to let you all know in another video. Who knows, maybe by tomorrow they'll be able to figure it out, but keep your eyes peeled for the new update video that I plan to release tomorrow. I'm going to show you the before and after, as well as talk about the buffs, changes, and so forth. Since we're on the topic of updates, I'd like to see at some point a way of traveling to an automaton planet to destroy automaton civilians. I bring this up because I saw a meme with an article from IMBDB that says, "It's time Helldivers 2 gave us actual automaton settlements so we can blow up robot civilians." This, right here, it would be incredible to see Arrowhead developers create a mission like that. Or maybe when we reach Cyberstan, there could be actual settlements there, which I imagine there would be, considering that's their homeworld. In general, I'd like to see new missions or new mission types, maybe a different side objective, but I guess for now we'll have to wait and see what the developers at Arrowhead have planned. Oh, and the developers, by the way, they think the whole dev videos are kind of cringe. So right here we have this article that says new info about 60-day patch, and then down below you'll see Mr. Pillistead there, and this is what he responds with. "Haha, yep, we were joking about how cringe it is." So yeah, and that's a response about the papers flying up in the air, but not the part where he talks about finishing too quickly, or however he said it. Alright, on a different note, did you know that you can spin the newest Stim pistol weapon just like the Senator? If not, let's check it out. You can see the Senator can be spun by holding the reload button. But as I've mentioned, you can also do this with the Stim pistol from the newest war bond called the Chemical Agent, and it can be activated the same way by holding down the reload, as you can see. There have been a few comments about this suggesting that the Stim pistol uses the same base as the Senator, and that might be why it's possible. Okay, what I like to do now is talk about your loadouts. What I've been doing on this channel for quite some time is not only showing your comments at the very end, but I've also been showing your loadouts. The reason why I do this is so that we can connect a bit more and grow as a community. I've also noticed that a lot of other content creators have picked up on what I've been doing and have been showing comments at the end of their videos as well, which is really cool that I've been able to inspire other content creators on YouTube. Anyway, I digress. Like I've mentioned, we're going to go over a loadout from a previous video. If you would like to be featured, post your loadout below, and if you have already done this before in the last video, do it again and I'll keep an eye out for it. The comment I received in the last video is by the Joking Joker, who suggested that I use their loadout, which consists of using the Eruptor for taking out Hive Guards, Brood Commanders, and Bile Spewers. After using this weapon again, I forgot how much fun this weapon is to use until I saw this suggestion and gave it a go. And man, I absolutely love it. The second weapon they recommended is the Verdict, which I was surprised to see. I don't see this used as often as some of the other secondary choices, but the Joking Joker said that it's effective to use for smaller bugs or when you run out of stalwart ammo. I tried this out for myself and it's not bad at all. I honestly prefer using a different secondary, mainly due to the ammo capacity. I feel like I'm running out of ammo very quickly compared to the other secondary options. Next, for grenades, we have the good old stun grenade that's effective against all Terminid types except for Bile Titans. We are using the stun so that we can stop the bugs in their tracks and use either our offensive stratagems or the stalwart to finish the enemies while they're dazed. Speaking of stratagems, the 500 kg bomb is recommended and has been a fan favorite since the recent patch. It's strong against Bile Titans and all of the other enemy types. The second offensive stratagem that I have appreciated for a while now is the strafing run. I wasn't aware that you can use it on the Shrieker Nest, not too sure if that is because of the recent update or whatnot, but at least I know now, and Joker said that it's great for Shrieker Nests, Spore Spewers, and for hordes of enemies. With the offensive stratagems out of the way, the support stratagems are next, and this includes the Shield Backpack to protect us from long-range hits and melee attacks, and the Stalwart for taking out groups of enemies, and apparently it's also great for giving the Chargers a good old back shot, as Joker has mentioned. I rate this loadout 4 Helldiver stars out of 5. If you would like to send me your suggestion, then post them below. Even if you have posted them in the last video, I'll give them a go in the next video. This is pretty much the end of the video, and this is your Helldivers 2 news. If you guys would like to be featured in the next video, all you have to do is comment down below. The first comment is by Ryhananon7. I don't know why you're worried about the bug preserve. Dr. Hammond has assured us it's perfectly safe, and there's nothing to worry about. This comment right here, I absolutely love the Jurassic Park reference, and I even commented in another comment where I'm like, man, Jurassic Park movies, at least the old ones, have a special place in my heart, and man, they truly do. The second comment is by Sir Wagon 3054. The science team probably saw Jurassic Park before getting the idea for an electric fence, and as we all know, nobody got hurt in that film. Funny stuff, again, another Jurassic Park reference. Absolutely love it. I think that's probably the main idea behind this latest major order. And last but not least, we have Giambattista Roberto 213 or 213. I was there defending that planet all morning, and we managed to defend it for Super Earth. This comment right here, I replied back to you, and yeah, dude, I was with you there, essentially. I was defending that planet the whole entire morning as well, and we started off with like 10,000 players, and then eventually it was like 18K, but yeah, cool stuff. Love all the comments. If you guys would like to be featured, remember, all you have to do is comment down below. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.